Good morning, everyone. I hope this finds you well and living your best life in Jesus Christ. I've said before in a couple of devotionals that I don't like to wait, and I'm pretty sure I'm not alone. Even though I'm much better than I used to be, I want to be able to do something, get it done, move on to the next thing. Nancy says I'm very patient with children, but my patience with adults needs work, and my patience with myself is often non existent. I'm going to admit some stuff. I am impatient that everyone come back to church. I miss my brothers and sisters. I am patient that we get our Sunday school and youth programs back up and serving the community. I'm impatient to get the choir back to singing for worship services. I'm impatient that we get a vaccine so we can get out into the community and spread the gospel. The Bible's crystal clear that there are times when we're to wait upon the Lord. Psalms 135 says, I wait for the Lord. My whole being waits, and in his word I put my hope. And of course, this verse that everyone knows, Isaiah 40:31. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not be faint. I think the truth is, though, that most of us struggle with waiting. There's a lot of reasons why. Let's face it, we're often impatient in general. Think about it. We get frustrated sitting in the doctor's office, click through the channels between commercials so we don't miss anything. We choose the shortest line at the supermarket and honk our horns before the traffic light even changes. We don't wait on much, do we? Including God. Also, the issues we take to God are sometimes urgent to us. That's precisely why we want God to respond right now. If the problem weren't serious, well, at least from our perspective, we wouldn't be so impatient, would we? We live in a microwave, Facebook, internet world. We very seldom have to wait for anything for more than 2 or 3 minutes. Fast food, online shopping, streaming movie and TV on demand means that we can pretty much have everything we want instantly. And let's face it, that's messed up our view of reality as it relates to everything in our lives, including God. The thought process goes, if we human beings can fix stuff quickly, surely God can. We just don't see the big picture. We can't actually see all that God might be doing when he calls us to wait. That's where faith comes in. Trusting that God is doing something in the big picture, even if it seems like he's just not listening. And also, many of us are fixers by nature. We tend to see a problem and do our best to fix it, often without ever seeking God in the first place. Then when God does make us wait, it feels like we're wasting valuable time, and the truth is, we don't like giving control to anyone, even the Lord. The real truth is that waiting can be a blessing in our lives. I've said before that my parents were great parents because they often made us wait for things. They did this not just so we could learn patience, but to learn that longing for something often makes receiving that something much sweeter. It adds to our appreciation of the blessing. Also, waiting tends to help us remember better. How many children, when given something, instantly remember that gift years later? Not too many. But if they're made to wait, they'll remember that moment often for a lifetime. Christians are the same way. We often forget blessings received too quickly, and we quickly forget the lessons we learn in our impatience. I don't know, maybe you've made an impulsive, prayerless decision that cost you much, and you've made the commitment that then you would never run ahead of the Lord again. And then what happens? Well, if you're like me, you quickly forget that commitment. I know I have. Let's pray that the Lord helps us to curb our impatience with the current situation. Is it possible that the waiting we're having to experience in our church due to coronavirus will turn out to be a blessing in the end? Could it be that it will make us appreciate each other and our church more once we can safely get together? Is it possible that it will lead us to growth in our church and in the God's kingdom? I pray all of these things are so. But sometimes it's not easy, is it? Well, it's not supposed to be, I guess. As my mom used to say, you don't have to like it, you just have to do it. So let's work while we wait and trust in the Lord that all this waiting will bring us closer to him and each other in the end. And meanwhile, your impatient pastor will work on his patience. I hope you make today a terrific day. I want you to know that I'm here if you need me, and I love you all.